I read this book, The Phantom of the Opera, and the page 106. The room was very dark. Suddenly, Laura and the Parisian heard Eric talking to Christine. I want a wife. Look, I've even made myself a mask to look like everyone else. But why are you crying, Christine? You know you can have anything you want. But she couldn't answer and continued to sob pitifully. Then they heard a bell ringing. Who dare come to my home? Roared Eric. He laughed, and Christine was alone. Laura tapped on the wall and called, Christine. There was no answer. He called again, and last he heard a faint voice. Where are you, Laura? I'm coming to save you. Be quick. Eric will be back soon. He said everyone would die if I don't agree to marry him. I have to decide before 11 o'clock. Oh, Christine, said Laura and began to sob. Shh, he's coming back, she whispered. Eric came into the room. Please untie me, said Christine. I can't think why I'm tied to this chair. He released her and began to sing a sad funeral song. Laura let out a faint cry. Let out a faint cry. Who was that? Said Eric. Someone is in the totem room. Suddenly, the totem room was flooded with light. There was nowhere for Laura and the Persian to hide. It's getting very hot in here, said Christine. Yes, but it's even hotter in the totem room, said Eric. Laura touched the wall. They were red hot. It means to roast us alive, he whispered. Then a loud evil laugh echoed in their ears. Laura and the Parisian looked around for a way to escape. They were in the middle of a small six-cornered room. Mirror covered the wall. Don't worry, Raoul, said the Parisian. I will find a way out of here. The Parisian searched, but was soon overcome by the heat and thirst. Overcome, they began to imagine things that weren't there. Look, a waterfall, whispered Laura. He licked his dry lip and crawled toward one of the mirrors, but it wasn't a waterfall. It was just another Eric trick. It was then that the Parisian saw the black nail sticking out from the wall. He pushed it, and a trapdoor opened. Cool air poured over their burning face. It was then that Persian saw the black nail sticking out from the wall. Black nail. Come, Laura, this is the way to the next cellar, said the Persian. They hurried down the stairs, hoping to find something to drink, but instead of water, they found a cellar full of bars of gunpowder. Eric means to blow up the opera house if Christine doesn't marry him, said the Parisian. They quickly climbed back up the stairs. Then they heard someone tapping on the wall. Are you there, Laura? Whispered Christine. Yes, I'm here, he called. But what's the time? It's 5 minutes to 11 o'clock. I have to choose between a bronze scorpion and a bronze grasshopper. Eric said, if I choose the scorpion, I have agreed to marry him. Then he told me to be careful because if I choose the grasshopper, it will hop very high. It will hop very high. Christine, where are you? The Persian cried. Persian cried, by the scorpion. Don't touch it. Eric might have tricked you again. Suddenly, Laura and the Parisian heard Eric approaching. The Parisian called anxiously, "Eric, it's me. Do you remember me?" "So you are not dead," he replied calmly. "Now Christine must choose whether we live or die." His heavy laughter echoed around the cellar again. "Dear least Christine, if you choose the grasshopper, most of Paris will be blown to pieces. If you choose the scorpion or the powder, we'll be soaked and drowned. Then we will marry. We'll be soaked and drowned." "Choose grasshopper, most of Paris will be blown to pieces." After a pause, Eric said, "Time is up, Christine." Laura prayed. The Parisian thought his heart would burst from fear. "Eric," cried Christine, "swear to me that the scorpion is one to choose." "Yes." "Eric, I have chosen the scorpion." Suddenly, they heard a loud hiss of steam. Then the sound of rushing water got louder. Soon the water rose in the cellar. It swirled up the stairway and swept Laura and Persian away. A few days later, the Parisian was surprised to find himself in his own bed. His faithful servant told him that a stranger had carried him home. "Sir, someone is waiting to see you," said the servant. It was Eric. He looked very ill and weak. "Is Christine arrived?" asked the Parisian. "Yes," said Eric. "So what have you done with Laura?" "I locked him in an empty room beneath the opera house. I removed my mask, but Christine didn't run away. She let me kiss her." "No woman, not even my mother, has ever let me kiss them before. My happiness was so great, I cried." Eric sobbed loudly and fell into a chair. Great tears fell from his poor eye. I returned the golden ring to Christine and told her it was a wedding present from me. I released Laura, but I made Christine promise to bury me with the golden ring when I die. Then she left with Laura, but Christine will be back soon. I only have strength to last a few more days. When I feel my death is near, I will send you a note. As soon as you receive it, please advertise my death in the newspaper. Then Christine will know it is time to return the ring." That was the last time the Parisian saw poor unfortunate Eric. 3 weeks later, a notice in a Paris newspaper said simply, "Eric is dead." For a week, all Paris talked about the kidnapping of Christine and disappearance of Laura. Where was Christine? Where was Laura? And where was the Phantom of the Opera? But only one person knew the whole truth. After the Persian died, the story he had written about Eric was found among his paper. Eric was born in a small town near Laos. He ran away at early age because his ugliness horrified his parents. He traveled through Europe and became famous for his magic tree. Eventually, I was sent to find Eric and bring him to the Shah of Persia. The Shah ordered Eric to build him a palace with a secret room and trapdoor. But he realized that while Eric was alive, the secret of his wonderful palace were not safe. So the Shah ordered me to execute Eric. But I could do it and have Eric escape. Then he designed the Paris Opera and all its secret underground passages and rooms. He couldn't live in the outside world because of his terrible ugly face. Poor unhappy Eric. Many years later, a skeleton was found lying in the salt cellar. It could not be identified, but it wore a plain gold ring on its finger. It was in the cellar where the angel of music had taken Christine there. It was in the cellar where the angel of music had taken Christine there.